Hypka and Vey. Starting it off in game number 1. Doggo picking up the axe, already getting a little bit of damage onto Hypka.
That's been like the sentence of every game so far that Doggo's been involved in. Gets axe, immediately puts you in yellow. There's been no chill whatsoever from Doggo's gameplay from the start, and that is crucial because you need to make sure that you are lining up all the team combos for Elsom to line up like that right there once again, and they're already starting off with a pretty solid damage lead.
Dude, Doggo's doing such a good job surviving. Like, we know Elsom's got the defense, but Doggo's positioning. He's only gotten hit by 3, now 4 things, 2 of them being nairs from Vey. Now the nairs are starting to add up, but Doggo still utilizing that high movement speed to dance around these spears.
And immediately already getting hit by one of those spear D6. So the hit ratio on that against this team is like 95%, and it might continue. As we see, recovery going off the top. Another one right there. They started off behind in damage, and they have almost taken him out as that Lance recovery coming through, trying to end Doggo. Doggo deep off stage. This is a free power play over on the Elsom in the meantime.
Yeah, that was a great start for the red team. That led to a KO for the blue team. Now into the offstage, Vey eats one down air, but he's able to get back up safely. Elsom over to the hammer.
I like how Hypka just kind of faded back and forth, too, while he was in center. It's like, okay, who wants it? Like, who wants to come over here? And it actually was really good. But that is going to end Doggo's first stock right there. And Vey still chilling on 3.
Vey surviving. He is in that KO %, but he doesn't care as he's adding up damage onto Doggo. Side air finally puts everybody onto those second stocks, but Hypka in a good position could actually get a stock onto Doggo or Elsom, but Doggo is swinging.
Vey's Lance is like fuel efficient. He does not care how much gasoline he's using in the middle of rushing you down, nor when he's in the damage for that matter. Very healthy at the moment. Hypka has been very solid at staying alive for long periods of time too. That being said, Elsom has been an absolute problem for everybody. Tries to find him on a sidelight, sends him over to Doggo. Nothing comes of it, but they did finally dodge one. Good patience right there from Doggo.
Yeah, and it led to some nice damage, but again, the wires crossed from the red team. They weren't able to lead into more. The N-Sig doesn't connect, but the side Sig will gets the double for the blue team.
What an amazing coverage from Hypka. It's like, oh, you think you're going to punish this? No. Immediately covering in to make sure that if they did fall, he got 2 out of it, and he didn't even end up falling. They do end up getting Hypka there. Vey getting close to falling at the moment, but this is a much different game because of that.
Elsom in position, wanted to get the KO onto Vey, but Hypka was right there. Team combo opportunity, but Doggo doesn't hit the jump for the nair.
That's a rare drop, like a very rare drop between these two that we've seen so far since they have graced the stream's presence. The recovery is going to get missed right there. Elsom sending him apart, and good defense to get away from Vey, who immediately tried to go cover him, Duke.
Trying to survive, trying to get that damage. We are into the final stocks, relatively even. Elsom can't split it up, and Doggo's going to fall on the left side. It's all left to Elsom in the 1v2. He's got the defense of the Undertaker, but is it enough?
Very, very rare occurrence we're looking at right now is a 2v1 against the red team, who Elsom and Doggo have been impossible to set this up. Weapon toss, though, going to allow them to not only get one, but actually position for the second one here. Elsom is trying to find his way in, but the current target is Hypka, and he's not allowed to get to him.
Great patience and a pickup from Hypka leads to a KO, and game number 1, showing why Vey and Hypka earn their spot here on the winner's side without losing a set.
Letting them know as they sit currently in the thrones right now, they're looking to go ahead and add to that collection as that D-Light Seer comes in at the end. Hypka not even caring that he was the one that was unhealthy. Pushed forward right at the end there. D-Light Seer, seal the deal. Game number 1 already. That actually answered a lot of questions for me, but that was actually incredibly close. 1,004 to 992. That was actually very solidly played. That was one mistake from Hypka to Elsom getting maybe a recovery knockout and making that 1v1.
Yeah, I mean, I think it really boiled down to a little bit before that where Doggo ate the Lance ground pound. You can kind of see it on the graphs, that final stock there from Doggo, right? Like, it kind of got cut short. There was a lot of damage that got added up, and then in the offstage, that ground pound took the stock a little earlier. And if Doggo was able to survive, I think we could have seen a very different finish to game number 1.
Like we said, very rare mistakes. There was 2. 1, Doggo getting caught by that. 2, not finishing their team combos. Yeah. There was 2 of them at the end where every other time leading up to this point, they have landed all of them. So that was a rare miss. Possibly some stress because it was last stock. Happens. Nobody plays perfect. So if they could clean that up in the next game, probably able to take it. That's why I still believe that even after they lost that first one, we still have the potential for a reset here with the way they're playing, because that was still incredibly close as we go to Miami Dome.
We're going into the dome for game number 2. Doggo not able to pick up the X this time, but he's still able to add up some early damage onto the opponent.
He plays with 3 weapons. Like, look, I mean, it's on character. He's playing Undertaker, so he needs to be able to box with his hands as well, and he's been doing it.
Well, top of the map, though, Doggo, sweat beating, still surviving. Side 6's teammate, though, double Lance for this blue team.
Yeah, this is a nightmare scenario for all involved, all parties ever, when double Lance is on deck. Your teammate and your opposing players. But Hypka and Vey were able to at least slow it down a bit. They were hitting each other a few times in the middle of that, but the red team did walk away, unfortunately, with the most damage, and already Doggo falls.
Yeah, that was just an unfortunate spot for this red team. The side air, a little bit of team damage coming out from this blue team. It's going to be Doggo who gets the side air to keep that stock count even.
Like we said,
nice.
all parties involved. When there's a Lance on screen, nobody's happy.
Nice.
But that weapon toss down. Elsom whoa! He ends up making it back. Look, Lance and that recovery still able to get it done, even after that incredible play that Elsom had going.
He was trying so hard. He went for the ground pound, but unfortunately got caught. The chase dodge up keeps Vey alive, and Vey still sitting on that first stock.
And Doggo trying to go and help, accidentally hitting Elsom in the middle of that, who Elsom, I think he had it lined up to deal with Vey. But Hypka currently on the left-hand side. Vey does body block to get in the middle of that. That sidelight comes through, lets him get back on stage.
Love that handoff that came out from the red team. The double side airs, getting extra damage. Hypka actually about to get KO'd here if he eats a side air from the wrong spot, but it's going to be Vey who falls down to the second stocks.
What amazing reversals. What the side air does come through, still not enough. Vey trying to get in the middle of that and does dodge, and now Doggo gets caught in the middle of that. But Doggo actually, is Doggo going to make it back? No,
his teammate!
He saved him. Elsom, the MVP down there, saving him after almost knocking him out. They do end up saving each other, but the theme of this game, too, is that everybody can catch these hands. It doesn't matter if you're on my team or not. There's been a lot of team hits that have been happening so far, just slightly, ever so slightly in favor of blue team.
Absolute chaos, and yet the stock count is even. Elsom avoids the N-Sig. Doggo needs to survive, at least until Vey is as damaged, but wow, they both side 6 hit. That was a DI up.
Yeah, what was the only correct choice there, Duke, was to go to the right. And you just not engaged.
No, Elsom, Doggo can't save him. It's all left to Doggo.
Oh no, Doggo is not in a good spot here. You have Vey currently at he's at an ending of the game spot right now. This is looking like this game 2 is going in favor of Hypka and Vey as they take a 2-0 lead. That time with another amazing team combo, it's getting that much closer for them to go back to back.
That was an impressive team combo. Vey, I also want to point out that down light slide charge in the gravity cancel side heavy. That was just such a weird decision, but here's that DI. The last frames of Hypka's side sig connects, and because it's same move DI, Doggo was holding up, so he just launched straight into the sky.
They both slid right in, and we're not ready for that whatsoever. I mean, 90% of people aren't ready for them to double up on you with 2 side sigs rolling in like that. And now they have 2 in their favor. My idea before of the reset is starting to look a little bit gleamer as time has progressed, because I don't know how you rebound after that last one. Everybody was smacking each other around that entire time. And, one way to change it up is we're going to see... Are you actually going to do it? All right, well, never mind.
I thought for a sec, but no, he's going to stick with it. Elsom was hovering on the Eivor for potential double Bryn, but nope, he's sticking with the Undertaker for game number 3, and now this is it's getting tough. The double Orions are currently up 2-0, and they could easily close this out 3-0 if they win this one.
Yeah, I get the mentality of the idea. It's like, okay, maybe I should switch right now. Double Brand is going to be a pretty good idea. It's been working. It's worked in the past for many. But it's also the last potential game of your tournament run, and you've been only playing the Thor up to this point. You probably shouldn't switch. It looked good. I think that it's just, honestly, the team coordination from Hypka and Vey is actually phenomenal. One thing that we didn't get to point out too much, I don't think I saw a single time where somebody went for something and there wasn't coverage on the whiff. Like, as soon as I saw like a side sig come out from Hypka, Vey jumped in with a slide cancel D-sig in center to make sure nobody got in the middle of that. And then they would do the same thing in reverse. There was so much whiff coverage protection from the blue team. I think that's been messing with the red team as we go into game 3.
They've got so many good things going for them as we get into game number 3. Doggo already trying to start off some offstage this time on the left side, but it's up his axe.
So you get used to that noise. We got Double Lance currently on deck right now. Both of them riding through with all these siders, trying to just make sure that nothing gets started. And also, this is the first time, I think, amongst all the matches where Doggo didn't start off with like a 5-piece string. So that's already good news for the blue team. But it is incredibly even at the moment because everybody's kind of been, once again, smacking each other. You just need to make sure that you're not the one to get caught off stage like this.
He gets up. He's able to survive for a little bit here. Potential for a punish. Hypka is going to be the one to punish him. I guess it's the softest punish option, right? Is hit your teammates so that the opponents can't get a side sig on him.
Sometimes that's actually the right idea. You know, jokes about everybody hitting each other. Sometimes you got to know the intentional time to take damage, and your teammate poking you versus a full combo can actually be the process that you need. Recovery is not going to get punished, though, by Doggo trying to go help out Elsom.
Good mix-up there from Hypka, trying to punish Doggo if Doggo came in, but Elsom is able to get that first stock off of Vey, and Hypka's going to try to stay high, make sure he doesn't get caught in a team combo. He's going to survive until Vey comes in. Vey hits 2 people with a side air, and he's going to KO one of them. Doggo going to join Vey in the second stocks.
I had a slight wheeze laugh there because I was just about to compliment Hypka for avoiding everyone for so long, finally falling to that recovery, but he was by himself. And it took Vey to hit him after all that.
I just love Vey comes in, immediately hits his teammate.
Like, look, only I can put damage onto my boy. But a very even game so far right now, Duke. What do you think that the red team needs to do to try and solve? Like, which one of these two is the greater threat to try and find their way into getting at least a dub on the board?
Dude, this blue team is so good that, like, you can't focus one. They're so good, like you were saying, about protecting each other, that if you try to collapse onto one, the other one's just going to go wild. And right now, I just want to see Doggo with the axe. You're able to cover so much more space with it. Punish opportunity. He hits his teammate. Elsom doesn't get much there.
Again, how much damage does Vey put onto Hypka himself? But luckily, one good thing is that they haven't actually been getting punished for that. And that is another big punish opportunity. D-Light recovery, not going to be enough. Tries to double up on it again. They've been doing that a lot. It wasn't able to take Elsom out, but it doesn't matter. The damage has been done.
Yeah, that's still amazing damage. Blue team looking very poised to close out this Autumn Championship. Hypka's going to fall on the right side, though. Suddenly, red team has a chance. They need to take out Vey.
I wonder if he fell because Vey was near him. He's like, well, okay, Vey's going to be the one to knock me out, so let me just go ahead and fall right here. But that actually is a huge opportunity right now. Oh, D-Light recovery off the top. That's going to lead to them getting a very momentary lead. Elsom has been in these spots before where he's held on to the second stock for a long time. Might be what they need right now.
That was a great reversal, but Doggo needs to survive. The blue team is hunting for him. The recoveries are coming out. Doggo gets the wall touch, goes for a weapon toss. Vey's going to survive. Elsom goes to the outside. He's going in unarmed. He hits the dares. Vey, can he get back? Yes, he can.
Able to get back in. Like you said, amazing play from Elsom, trying to make it happen over on the side with the unarmed. But once again, didn't work out. Here comes a dare. Here comes a second dare. Here comes weapon toss down. They're going to send Doggo back off stage, though. Hypka in a bad spot. He's not going to get back, and this gives him a chance.
The exclamation points coming out, but they get reset because he got hit. Doggo's going to fall. It's just a 1v1. This is the best opportunity Elsom and Doggo have had to get on the board here in the grand finals. Elsom needs to win this.
Elsom needs to clutch it out right now if they want to keep their hopes alive. Nair's going to come through, though, and smack him away. Instantly punished once again by another Nair. Sider coming through, though, Duke. It's still very doable for Elsom, but the defense so far from Vey has been really good.
Vey's been doing such a good job avoiding damage. Elsom not able to connect. Doesn't get red, though. Sticking with the orb. Vey is swapping weapons every chance he gets.
I think also Vey doesn't want to let him get access to the hammer. I think that Elsom's not feeling comfortable with this orb right now. It's not really leading to any hits. So at this point, you kind of need it, and now he's unarmed.
Good dodge. Pogo?
That should lead to a knockout. Ground pound comes through, and that's going to be it. Hypka and Vey are your Australian Autumn Championships for 2v2. Back-to-back summers into Autumn's, Duke.
The dominant force in the Australian region in doubles has become Vey and Hypka, looking so good with this 0-0. Ryan taking it 3-0 in grand finals over Doggo and Elsom. PR number 1 and PR number 1 in the region. Not for long.
Not that much longer, like you said after that. We were just talking at the beginning of this is the final push towards the end of the year. You only have BCX left after this, so what are you going to be able to do to make a name stake?